All right, y'all know who I am. This is my children, though. A lot of people don't know who my children is. Uh, this is a little bit right here. And this is Kiwi. She was born October 20th, so I'm a Libra too. And this is July 27th, so I'm proud of my kids. So if you love me, you love my music, you gotta accept my children too. I'm from Ypsilanti. I live in Ypsilanti. But right now we up in the Is Studios. This is where they were born. Oh yeah. I mean, growing up in Ypsilanti, there really wasn't no hip hop scene. And when I was little, I couldn't really like get out to Detroit, so I kind of missed the like whole hip hop shop era. That was like 95, 96, so I was still kind of young. But I mean, hip hop scene is big. You know, in Detroit, you know, it's mad artists you can name, you know, nowadays, you know, from Fat Cat to Dilla to Eminem to, you know, D12 to Royce, you know, it goes down the line. So it's flourishing here. So I just love, like, being able to be a part of it and be called a part of it is just, like, a blessing, man. Like, I love it, you know what I'm saying? I love it to death. So just growing up around here has just been great. So it started with church, but I wasn't really in it. You know, when you're a kid, usually you just get forced to go to church because your parents tell you to go. But like, you realize how much it impacts you when you get older, because you're like, hey, I know harmonies and melodies. Then like knowing harmonies and melodies makes you like soul music, because you know there's a lot of harmonies and melodies in soul music and R&B. So that's where I grew up listening to a lot of soul and R&B. And my mom was a big jazz head. So I started kind of listening to jazz through her, indirectly through her. But then when hip hop came out, cats was like sampling a lot of jazz records. So I was like, oh, I know that joint. I was like young, like I know that joint. Then I go downstairs, run, try and find the record, and then I just get excited. And then after that, I was like trying to listen to all the jazz records, and then end up falling in love with jazz music. Pause and play tapes was like back in the day when you didn't really have no equipment. You just had your stereo, and I used to just loop up records on the stereo, like just recording and pausing until it keep looping, and then I just keep overdubbing it until I had beats. I still got them tapes on stereo, but well, I started playing keys. I played piano when I was little, around like 5, 6 years old, and I only played for 2 years. Then I quit because I was on some rebellious stuff when I was there. I was quitting all types of stuff. So I kind of started there and then fell off, and now I'm trying to relearn it, actually. But my mom, she played piano for like 40 plus years, so I kind of get, you know, watch her and ask her stuff, and then come home trying, you know, figure it out myself. But I'm learning. Okay. No, cool. Then you got my first official project, The Golden Hour, AML first project that started everything. You got the Feel Good project, which is like was a segue, an EP into this album right here called Sweats and Kicks, which was like the official first Athletic Mike League album. It was all a moment. You know what I'm saying? It's just a moment. Like, it was just very overwhelming because I never really won a beat battle ever. Like, I've won, the first time I ever got in it was Red Bull like 2 years ago, and I won the Detroit one. And that was the first one. That was just Detroit, but I didn't win like the Nationals. But winning Detroit was a huge thing. Just to win in Detroit, you know how many beat makers is dope in Detroit? So that was big for me. And then, you know, to actually take the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just never did anything like that, so it was very overwhelming. It's just the moment of the day, like really how I'm feeling that day. I might wake up and just be in jazz mode or something, or real, you know, melodic mode, and then I just get inspired by that. Or you see snow fall outside, you just get inspired and be like, man, I'm mad, and then you just make this beat to sound mad just because it's snowing outside. Yeah, you just end up listening to everything. And then when you start producing, you start picking up whatever you know, Irish folk music or something. You never know what you end up liking.